So, the Flash TV show continues to be amazing. They have announced, well, Jeff Johns has announced that somewhere down the line in the Flash TV show, Barry Allen is going to go head-to-head with Gorilla Grodd. Yes, Grodd will be in the Flash. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, we all knew Grodd was going to be in the TV show. We had we saw that little name. Well, not necessarily. I think a lot of us were kind of speculating that Grodd was in here. Don't get me wrong, I am super excited that Gorilla Grodd is going to be in this TV show. But here's the thing, like, we've had little name drops of, like, Ted Kord and the Blue Devil and, a few other names. And they were just meant to be names. And that's what, for the most part, I thought they weren't going to go all out and, use Gorilla Grodd. And it was just going to be that little reference. That was going to be it. I thought that was all that was going to be of Grodd. But no, Jeff Johns said, nope, we're using Grodd, don't worry, we're breaking out the Grodd. And to which, I say, hell yeah. Now, the big thing is that how are they going to use Grodd? For what we understand is that Grodd, I guess, was like a test tape, and he broke out. The other thing is that will they use, Gorilla City? Will they use Solvar, King Solivar, and, the other super intelligent gorillas? Or they just say, oh, nope, the accident gave Grodd superhuman ability, superhuman intelligence. That's the big thing, is that, are they going to go with the whole Gorilla City thing, or, or not? That's really what I'm kind of thinking on all that. But, yeah, so the other thing is that Grodd is one of, the Flash's greatest enemies. Now, the other thing, let's talk about the elephant in the room. How are you going to do Grodd? How are you going to make a giant talking gorilla, I mean, yeah, I know this show is very fantastical. I mean, the Flash very much embraces the superhero side of, the DC universe. But the gorilla thing is like, I'm talking budget-wise. That's what I'm trying to say, is that how are you going to pull this off budget-wise? That's the big thing. Now, I know motion capture has gotten a little better, but I don't know if it would, the CW would spring for, if they'd be willing to spring for a, CGI suit, I mean, a motion capture suit, excuse me, and, go for that. Would they be willing to go all the way for a motion capture suit, or will it be CGI? And there's also the other theory of they may do something incredibly stupid, like Grodd transferred his consciousness to a human being, and that, the human is now Grodd. To which I say, either no gorilla, no glory. That's what I say. No gorilla, no Grodd. Grodd has to be a gorilla, that's the thing. Because that would just be dumb, wouldn't it? It'd just be a human Grodd. I mean, you have to keep the mind control thing in there, and I really want this to be a line from Grodd. Well, there's two lines I want Grodd to say. Like Grodd talking to the Flash and saying, "Are you faster than a thought?" Because really, you're not. The Flash can run all, Barry can run all he wants, but Grodd can just think something and it can happen. Oh, you're mind controlled, or oh, I can just make, I can do all this. I'm a super psychic. I can do anything. You may be as the fastest speed of light, but you're not as fast as how fast I can think. So you could literally be running at, Barry could be literally running at Grodd to punch him at full force. With just one punch with the force behind it of like a rail of a train, but Grodd can just go, stop, and Barry would have to stop right then and there. So, and yeah, let's also not forget that Grodd is a gorilla. He's stronger than Barry. He's, has more agility, and, well, not so much agility, but he's physically stronger and has more stamina than Barry does. And Grodd, as we've seen in the past, is willing to kill and eat people's brains. Yes, that's a thing. If you don't believe me, go look at Pre-52, the Paul Cornell Lex Luthor story where he tried to kill Luthor with a giant spoon. I'm not even making that up. So yeah, that's the other thing, is how can you do Gorilla Grodd and keep it cool, make it work, and not make, this big CGI blob. Please don't make him a cloud either. I haven't forgiven you, CW, for that yet. But yeah, this this, all in all, I'm very excited. I'm just kind of worried at the same time of how you're going to pull it off. I mean, with Jeff Johns as showrunner, I'd imagine that it's going to be something really epic. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, how are you going to do it, CW, without making it look stupid? I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, the irony is it's a talking gorilla, and I'm saying don't make a talking gorilla look stupid. The irony is not lost on me. But as one of my favorite DC villains, yeah, you're really taking a gamble here, guys. That's all I'm saying. You're really kind of taking a huge gambit here for pulling off this character. But anyway, you guys tell me, what do you guys think of Gorilla Grodd coming to The Flash? Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate the idea? Because again, I'm pretty sure a lot of, when we all heard the news that Grodd was confirmed, I'm pretty sure a lot of us Flash fans went, yes! Yeah! Let me get the best impersonation of M. Bison here. Yes! Yes! I'm pretty sure a lot of us were doing that when we heard the news that Grodd was confirmed. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and yeah, I'm out.